Hi, I'm Camille from Camille's Firm Ideas, and today I have a singing time lesson plan for teaching the primary song, Faith. Now, this video is just for the first verse, and if you need help with teaching the second verse, make sure to check out my video below. All right, so to teach Faith in singing time, the first verse, you're going to need these printables, and they are linked in my blog post below. And then you'll also need to create these cards. And if you'll notice, they all match the visuals that are on the board. Well, those are all ears, but I've got a heart and a sun and seeds. And what's the fourth one? Oh, I got them all. All right. So you'll need at least one square for each child. I think the page has about 20 squares. So just depending on the number of primary kids, I printed out 2 pages, but I didn't need them all because I think I have about 25 kids in my primary. So just make sure you have enough squares evenly because you're going to be making groups. Spoiler alert. All right. So, and then before primary, once you've got these all cut out, you'll want to place them in a bag of some sort or a bowl, just so they can be selected at random by the primary kids. Okay, and then before primary, you're going to be placing each of these pictures in the 4 corners of the room. I've just got them on the board just for a visual demonstration, but you'll want them in different corners of your primary room. And we'll get to that in a minute as to why. All right, so once you have your visuals hung and your cards cut out and ready, you are ready to roll. So when you get into singing time, you're going to want to ask the children if they know the sun will come up tomorrow. Take answers. I'll bet all of them will raise their hand. Second question, you want to ask them if they know Heavenly Father hears their prayers. Yes or no? They don't need to talk, they can just raise their hand if they know that. Third question, do they know plants will grow from seeds? And then the last question, do they know that they have a heart? And the obvious answer to all of these is yes. But do they actually know these things are going to happen? How do they know? How do they know the sun is going to come up tomorrow? How do they know that Heavenly Father will hear and answer their prayers? How do they know plants will grow from seeds? And how do they know they have a heart if they've never seen it? All right, so, and the answer we're coming to is faith. It requires faith to know all these things. Okay, so that's your quick attention getter introduction to the song. So you're going to want to, after that, pass out a square to each child, and this will assign them a corner. So the children who get the seeds are going to go to the seed corner, and the children who get the hearts are going to go to the heart corner. Now, as the children are moving, you and the teachers can sing the song, and hopefully you can encourage reverence, but make sure you post the words. It's how I really love to encourage singing with the teachers, especially is by having the words posted. It's seriously my biggest help. I've had so many teachers come up and say thank you for having the words because they feel like they can participate. And I especially like it because it keeps them off their phones because they're not on their phone looking, and then I get kids looking on their phones. Huge distraction. Anyway, sorry about the tangent. So once you've got kids all in their assigned corner, they are going to, the teachers have sung the song as they've moved to encourage reverence. I also suggest that you have a teacher go to each corner to kind of help facilitate each of the groups. So what the children are going to be doing is coming up with actions, and very simple. So in each group. So the children that all went to the sun group, they're going to come over with a teacher, hopefully helping them. And they're going to read, faith is knowing the sun will rise lighting each new day. And that group will need to come up with an action that goes with the sun rising. So, and they can really do whatever you want. If they need some help, here's a suggestion. Create a sun and then lighting each new day. I mean, very easy, very simple. The next group, they'll be coming up with their action. Faith is knowing the Lord will hear my prayers each time I pray. So faith is knowing the Lord will hear my prayers each time I pray. I mean, they really can do whatever they want. Whatever, the more creative, the better. All right, so the third group, faith is like a little seed. If planted, it will grow. I mean, faith is like a little seed. If planted, it will grow. I mean, really, the options are endless. And then for the fourth one, faith is a swelling within my heart. When I do right, I know, or when I do right, I know. I mean, just something simple. So all the groups are coming up with each of their actions. And again, the teachers can sing that are still sitting. You and the teachers can still sing, helping them get familiar with the melody. And then once, this shouldn't take very long, maybe 30 seconds to a minute to come up with their actions. And then you're going to have each group demonstrate their action. So group one, the sun, they're going to go first. Everyone will look at that group and they can read off what their words are, and they can show, faith is knowing the sun will rise lighting each new day. And then the whole primary will get to sing that action with that phrase. And then you're just going to repeat. So the next group is going to do their action, and then you'll sing adding on. And then the third one and the fourth one. And that's really the whole lesson plan. Oh, and if you have time, what I suggest you do is pass out new cards to everyone and create new groups. And these new groups can either create new actions, or they can just even sing that corner. So everyone's going to move a new corner, and then so all the kids will now sing and do this action. And then all the new kids in this corner can now sing and do this action. And then you can do it again, repeat again until every child has had an opportunity to be in each corner, and then you can all come back in the middle, and you could even hold up a card if you wanted, and everyone will just sing that phrase. I don't know. I mean, there's really a lot you can do, or just do that action. Yeah, so that's pretty much the Singing Time lesson plan for teaching faith for the first verse. Now, you always want to make sure you bear testimony for this one, I would tie in that through faith, we can know Heavenly Father and Jesus are there, even though we may never see them with our eyes, but we can always feel them in our hearts. Anyway, I hope that helps you teach the first verse of faith in Singing Time.